Did a little bit of adjusting on the laptop. I set in the correct injector, disabled the idle air control valve, and it's running. Finally. Now, I did notice there's a leak right there somewhere, probably coming off of this connection here. But other than that, it sounds pretty good. I might need to adjust the idle just a little bit. But yeah. Wow. I can't tell you what this really means to me. Doing all of this work on this car for 2 years, having it sit for 10, 11 years, and rebuilding the engine myself, doing all of the work on everything. I did everything myself. Yeah. I know I probably still need to do a little bit of adjustments here and there, but for the most part, it looks like it's running pretty good. I got to see if the battery's charging, of course, things like that, but I'll let it run for a little bit and see what happens. Tighten up that connection on the AN fitting on the radiator hose, and yeah, it's running. Alright guys, so I just spent probably the last hour or so kind of buttoning up this wiring, because I needed to figure out, well, I knew which wires went to like the fuel pump and the headlights and all that because I rewired everything. But when I was trying to start it, I kind of just hooked up wires to different power outputs on the switch panel. I did get the switch panel in, but there's always a but. The power wire, that one right there, which is stretched out, is too short, as well as the one going to the power distribution block. So I'm going to have to redo those and make them about, I don't know, maybe about a foot longer. Yeah, about a foot longer, because they're going to have to kind of reroute through that center console and then up to the top. All the other wires look to be pretty good. I kind of buttoned up all this other stuff up here, made sure everything is working. Headlights work now. Wired them directly up to that switch panel. I gotta find like some decals or something so I could get put them on that button so I know what they're for. The headlights are working. One thing I did find out is this upper radiator hose is leaking, and I can't tighten it. You can see back down there it's leaking, so I'm either going to have to order new AN fittings or make a new one and see if that's the problem. And I can see those ones are nice and tight, and these ones, it actually wiggles around, and these are tightened up pretty good. I don't know. But, you know, this is just like the last final stuff that I got to do. But everything else seems to be working good. That's the ECU, fan, fuel, the power to the ignition. Give it some fuel. So, switch panel is working. Like I said, I just got to extend those two power wires, main power wires, and fix that leak in the upper radiator hose. And last thing on the list is try and figure out the wiring for the turn signals, because they have to be hooked up to a relay, and so I got to make a new, I don't know, like a power distribution block or something like that. I can get them to work just wired directly up to, you know, the power straight source, but I need to hook it up to the turn signal switch here, which I still haven't put on. I still have to also find, and I know I have one somewhere, the harness for the gauge cluster, so I can figure out which are the wires on that plug down over there for, you know, the tach, the speedometer, gas, fuel gauge, all that other stuff, and then hook all those up. But for now, the car's running. I haven't taken it out for a drive or anything like that, because I still have to adjust that wheel on that side, or that wheel on that side. And yeah, once I do that, I can kind of take it for a small ride. I can't take it very far because that radiator hose is leaking. I also have the brake switch right there, which I have to connect up to the brake pedal. So just tiny little things. At least it's not trying to figure out how to get the car started. So another thing that I want to do is wash this engine bay and the whole car, because it is just a filthy mess. I mean, you can see that there's just lots of stuff on here. And once I do that, then I can kind of detail the inside, because on the inside here, you can't see there, but on the inside it's a filthy mess as well. Another thing on the checklist is on the other side, I have to do the bars to open the door, and I need to find the door handle or window crank handle. I also have to figure out how to mount the trim that goes down at the bottom. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to find other stuff that I need to do along the way. But yeah, it's almost there. Yeah. You know, after, you know, we're in May now, we're only halfway through 2021, and it has been a really rough year for me. You know, with everything that's going on top of the COVID-19 shutdowns, you know, which really affected my business. Yeah, you know, and then on top of everything else, this really raised my spirits, getting this car started. And yeah, it's kind of given me more energy to kind of work on it. Today is Friday, and hopefully Sunday, fingers crossed we don't get any rain or snow, but yeah, hopefully if we can get some good weather, I can go ahead and start working on the camber on this wheel right here, pull it out just a little bit, and then get all that done. I want to take it down to the Cars and Coffee meet that I went a couple of weekends ago, and just pull it down with the trailer, because I'm not comfortable enough driving it all the way over there 2.5 hours. So I just kind of I'd pull it down with the trailer, and then I can unload it over there and then drive it into the Cars and Coffee and just park it there. Like I said, I got to do a little bit of work on it. I got to touch up a little bit. Stuff like this, these little chips here, which I don't know how the hell those got there, and there's a couple of other little chips on the inside of the engine bay that I got to get taken care of. Well, we got rain coming in over there, and we got rain coming in over there. But I've been a busy guy this evening, and I went ahead and pulled off the tire and the wheel, and pulled out the adjustable camber on the upper A-arm out this way, and actually raised up the ride height about 1/4 inch. Also, changed out that lower hose, and I didn't have another 45, but I had a straight fitting, so I put a straight fitting down at that bottom piece. I reused a 45, which I think is good. I'm not sure though, so I won't be able to check it again until tomorrow, and see if it's going to be leaking from that upper portion. I was going to order another 45, but a lot of the companies that I was ordering from, even eBay, they're out of them. So yeah, and like I say, I want to take the car to the meet next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, and I'm not sure it would have come in time anyways. So I decided to do that. If I have to, I'm not going to be running the car a lot anyways. It would just come off the trailer, go into the meet, and then come back out of the meet and onto the trailer again. So I wouldn't be driving it on the road or nothing like that. So I'm not too worried about it overheating or, you know, spewing fluids out the fittings. The bottom fitting I'm pretty sure is good. It's just this 45 that I'm a little worried about. So tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and pull off this wheel and raise up the car. Like I said, I raised the other side up about maybe 1 inch or so. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this side looks good as far as camber goes. Make sure the top bolts on the A-arm are tight, because this one on this side was actually a little loose, but I tightened all those up, and the stance looks really good actually. As you can see, there's nice fitment on the front and the back. There's a little bit of camber. You probably won't be able to see it here on the camera, but there's that back wheel is kind of in just ever so slightly. All right, so it's off of the platform, and it drove off pretty good, except I got hung up on the edge there, so I had to lift the back up and slide it forward. But other than that, it looks like it's doing all right. I'm not sure if that's a new leak or I don't know, but I do have an oil leak. Now I took off the valve cover and I put some RTV all around the edges and then tightened it down and started it again, and it's still leaking, so I'm thinking that it's leaking from this cam seal on this side. You can see right there's a little puddle of oil dropping down to the bottom there, so I'm gonna have to get some new cam seals. Hopefully I can order those from like AutoZone or something, and I can get them in the next couple of days. And then I'll have to pull off the cams and yeah, I might as well just do both of them and replace those seals. This other side seems to be doing pretty good. No, I don't see any leaks at all except for that one coolant leak. I let it run for a little while and I checked the settings. You can, on your phone, you can basically download an app and it sends a Bluetooth signal to your phone, to that app from the ECU, and according to this, the temperature for the coolant was steady at 150 degrees, so it didn't get above that. So the fans, I don't know if they work or not because they haven't kicked on. But that's so far the only problem that I found. I do still need, like I say, to tune the entire system, make sure air fuel ratios are good, everything. But for now, I just gotta fix this oil leak on the cam seal there. Alright, she's all cleaned up. I mean, I didn't like really wash her down and stuff like that. I just kind of rinsed off all the dirt and crap that was on there. I was coming over here and I was wondering what the hell this shit is. Now I know I had gotten hung up when I was pulling it off of this platform, and it got hung up right there. And I had to lift up the back end, get it down these ramps, and then it started to move forward, so I lowered it down and drove it off. And I didn't hear anything scrape or anything like that, but I was wondering what the hell all this was. And I was thinking that it was maybe the exhaust or something like that. Well, as I am washing it, I see this. Yep, that front lip is cracked. Now, I can fix that. I just don't need this kind of shit right now. I should have taken off that front bumper when I was pulling this off to begin with, but yeah, I'm really going to have to raise up this car at least another inch, because you can kind of see how close this mud flap is to the ground. I mean, it's almost touching. We're like half an inch off the ground there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to raise it up about an inch all the way around, or else I won't even be able to get it out of the driveway. So yeah, just more things that I got to do. But I did rinse it off so it looks 100% better, and just gotta fix that shit. This is pretty much it for now. It's actually looking really, really nice. I mean, you look at something over a period of 2 years, day after day, and you're like, whatever, but you kind of stand back and you kind of look at all the work you've done into something like this. And yeah, I've done pretty much everything on the outside. Of course, the inside I still have to hook up the gauge cluster, the brake lights, and turn signals in the rear. Yeah, I've done a lot today. Today is my only day off. I did a lot, you know, around the house, and did stuff on the car as well. And hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos, because I really enjoy making them, even though, you know, I have to stop and record and talk and stuff like that. But you know, hopefully if you guys are watching these and you guys like them, give them a thumbs up and share them with your friends, your buddies. Just share them all the way around, and hopefully you know, we can get some more subscribers on the channel. Next weekend I was hoping to take the car to that meet, but I don't think it's going to happen. There's just way too much stuff that I got to do, and I got to work all week, so that means I would have to come home in the evenings and do all the stuff that needed to be done, you know. But so yeah, but you know, we're in the middle of May, so hopefully we still have June, July. That's usually the peak of like the car shows and stuff like that, and you know, we can show it, have it done a little bit better. And I still want to kind of clean up the inside and stuff like that too. So hopefully if you guys enjoy this video, like I say, give it a thumbs up. And thank you to all the sponsors that I have for this build and other builds on the channel. And thank you guys especially, because without you guys, like I say, I wouldn't even be doing these videos. And we will see what else we can do on the next video that I upload. So thanks.